Organic, unpredictable, unknown, lovely, beautiful, a sense of fulfillment. This is part of the pleasures of life and not the chores of life.
Coming up on Daily Iowan TV, budget cuts find out which UI program might be taking a major hit. In a town hall meeting, Senator Joni Ernst speaks to Iowans over the weekend.
We have your recap from men's basketball's final game of the season.
And a recap from the wrestling NCAA tournament.
We got some rain coming this week, showers and possible thunderstorms. Find out more coming up in weather.
All that and more coming up. Don't go anywhere. Daily Iowan TV starts now. Good morning and thanks for joining us. I'm Nikki Crossway. Friday, Iowa Senator Joni Ernst made a visit to Coe College. The senator took to the stage to discuss several issues and was met with a mixed response. When Ernst defended the newly appointed Secretary of Education, Betsy DeVos, the senator received backlash from the audience. Many others of her responses to topics such as climate change and healthcare were also not well received. The mood quickly changed by her comments on President Donald Trump. Ernst said that he should release his tax returns, which resulted in a standing ovation from students. The event turnout was roughly 1,000 people. While Senator Ernst won some favor in her state, Iowa Representative Steve King may have cost the state a hefty income. Last Sunday, King sent out a controversial tweet stating, quote, "We can't restore our civilization with someone else's babies," end quote. The statement was in response to a Dutch official who predicted Europe will be transformed in half a century. King's remarks sparked national attention and led many United States citizens to boycott Iowa as a vacation spot and tourist destination. Since the tweet was sent, the Travel Iowa office has responded to nearly 100 tweets per day from people who say they canceled their trips. The Travel Iowa account has responded to these concerns by saying, quote, "Please know one person does not speak for all Iowans. We welcome all people. Iowans are diverse, progressive, and tolerant." One piece of legislation is looking to reduce state spending, but who exactly could it affect? Daily Iowan TV reporter Christopher Cervantes reports with more.
It's a move that is leaving many wondering why. The local RVAP, Rape Victim Advocacy Program, is facing an imminent threat. The Iowa Senate Judiciary Committee is considering cutting $3 million from victim services in the next year. In total, that would cut around 45% of that funding. This 45% decrease would not only be detrimental to RVAP itself, but other organizations like it across the entire state of Iowa.
1973, our mission has been to end sexual violence, to create a community that no longer has sexual violence as an experience for anybody.
If these cuts were to take place, the fallout in terms of workforce and workability would be truly tremendous.
The Violence Against Women Act that has been proposed to be cut does fund about half of the positions at our organization.
It'd be catastrophic in a number of ways, right? Primarily, just as a message to survivors in our community, it would represent a lack of importance in their experience.
With this ever-looming decision nearing, the RVAP is prepared to adapt as they have done in the past.
I've seen these proposed cuts before, and we've seen other agencies in rural areas close down, and we restructure and we adapt, and it's something that even if we are cut, we'll make sure that we're still providing these services. We're not going to let it take away from our survivors in our area.
Reporting from downtown Iowa City, this is Christopher Cervantes, Daily Iowan TV.
From 2013 to 2016, the RVAP has seen a high increase of victim services provided. The amount of domestic violence victims assisted increased by 45%, while the number of sexual assault victims served increased by 125%. Overall, this led to a total round increase of 66% of victims who were helped by RVAP. This data did not go unnoticed by both Democrats and Republicans. On February 28, 2017, the United States Senate Committee drafted a letter to President Donald Trump in efforts to secure necessary funding towards RVAP and similar programs. The letter was personally signed by Iowa's Chuck Grassley and many other senators. Well, Iowa City saw a little February weather last week with snow. Let's hope the snow is gone for good. Ryan is standing by in the weather studio. Ryan, what do we have in store this week?
That's right, Nikki. Hopefully the snow is gone for good. It shouldn't be around anytime soon. Today is actually the first official day of spring, so we shouldn't be seeing that anymore, hopefully, but we'll see. This is Iowa after all. Anyway, this morning we're seeing temperatures in the mid-40s. There's a slight chance of thunderstorms this morning, so be prepared for your walk to classes. Take a raincoat with you or an umbrella just in case. This afternoon, temperatures reach the upper 60s. Again, keep an umbrella handy because we're still seeing possible thunderstorms later in the day. Tonight, rain should let up and our evening will cool down to the high 30s. And Tuesday morning, we'll start the day with temperatures in the low 50s, and we're seeing a high chance of rain. Now let's take a look at our 6-day forecast. We've got a few rainy days coming our way, so it looks like we can swap out the snow boots for rain boots for good. Tuesday, highs in the low 50s with a high likelihood of rain. Wednesday, skies should clear up and we're seeing highs drop down into the low 40s. Thursday, highs in the low 40s with possible rain. Friday, highs jump up into the mid 60s with a high possibility of thunderstorms. And looking ahead to our weekend, we're seeing cloudy skies and highs in the low 50s to high 40s. That's all we have here in the weather studio. Stay dry out there, Hawkeyes. Nikki, back to you.
Iowa City announced a new curbside food waste program. The purpose is to maximize the amount of compost to be used for gardening. Iowa City residents can now put uncoated paper products such as paper plates and pizza boxes besides food waste into waste bins that have a sticker for curbside pickup. Residents can compost food waste with a 35-gallon can that has a secure lid. This waste can must have a valid sticker from Iowa City Hall and our retailers and be more than 50 pounds. Eventful weekend for Hawkeye Athletics. Ashlyn and Lucy are in the sports studio to give us the full rundown. Guys, what happened this weekend with the Hawkeyes?
Thanks, Nikki. Well, it was a busy spring break for Hawkeye sports with women's gymnastics competing in the Big Ten meet, Iowa wrestling competing in the NCAA tournament, and women's and men's basketball playing in the NIT tournaments.
That's right, Ashlyn. Baseball also had a busy spring break as they competed in Florida and Kansas over break. But a season also ended last night for one Hawkeye team.
The men's basketball team ended their season last night in a heartbreaking loss in the second round of the NIT tournament. Mary Kate Herron has more from Carver Hawkeye Arena.
The Hawkeye season ended on Sunday night as they fell to TCU 94-92. And although they shot 54%, it was the 17 turnovers and 11 missed free throws that cost them the win.
There's so many things to be proud of with this team all year long, but in particular in this game. I mean, you make 16 threes. You out-rebound the opponent, shoot, 54%, supposed to win. But they got 21 points off those turnovers in the first half, and we missed 11 free throws. That just completely changed the game.
Really good at times defensively tonight, and we were pretty bad sometimes defensively. And that really shows what we were like this season. We had a lot of ups and downs defensive-wise. Pretty much all year, our offense was there. We were able to get shots when we wanted to. I think we might have led the Big Ten in scoring, I think, this year, stuff like that. So we were definitely offensive minded this year, and we were really about in defensive end towards beginning and end of the Big Ten season. We started playing how we wanted to, but like I said tonight, we didn't put all 40 minutes together. We were lucky we pushed in overtime like we wanted to, but at the end of the day, you have to play defense for all 40 minutes, and we were able to do that tonight.
I mean, you look back in how we played in November, December, and then how we're playing now. It just almost looks like two completely different teams. Being able to, put our defense together, and then also being able to get out and transition how we were, these last 6 or 7 games was really critical for us. And just the maturation of, these freshmen, Tyler, Cordell, Jordan. They just had terrific seasons, and also Ryan Karina coming off the bench as well. So I think there's a lot to look forward to with Iowa basketball, and I'm excited for next season.
Clearly, there is a lot of work to be done in the offseason, but there is definitely a bright future for the Hawkeyes next season. Reporting for the last time this season from Carver Hawkeye Arena, this has been Mary Kate Herron for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Being in Carver last night was extremely electric with the fans, and I think the Hawkeyes are going to have a very strong and tough team to beat the next couple of years down the road.
Along with that being the last game of the season, it was also senior captain Peter Jock's last game ever. As a Hawkeye and his teammates will definitely miss the Big Ten leading scorer.
The thing about Pete that I love is, and a lot has been said and written that, he's here because we stuck with him. When I said to him just now, I said, Pete, you stuck with yourself. He had a tough journey. It was well over 12 months. When he came back, I mean, he was not himself. He did not look good. I was at the game and saw him get a shot blocked by a 6-foot guy, and he was as down as you could be, wondering if you could ever put it together. And he just kept working. You know, I had seen him before and knew he could play, and we stuck with him, but he stuck with himself, kept working, and, you know, ends up leading the state in scoring, Mr. Basketball, and the rest is history. He comes here and has a fabulous career.
He was one of those guys that took everyone under their wing right from the start. There wasn't a little awkward situations right from the start because Pete kind of put it into that. Well, we were all in this together, and he kind of gave us some advice to start because he knew the season goes up and down, but we try to stay grounded this entire year, and we try to listen to his advice, and he was pretty right about everything, and it's going to help us in the long run for all our freshmen.
Being able to knock down shots, being able to go to somebody to get a bucket, but and more so just off the court. You know, he's a little bit of a goofball. He's a lot of fun to be around, always cracking jokes. So I'm going to miss his humor, but you know, he's on to bigger and better things. So we're really excited to see where he goes.
It will be very exciting to see what Peter Jock's future will be and to follow his journey during the next couple of months. But the team will definitely feel the loss of him next season.
Now another Iowa team ended their season this past weekend as well. The Hawkeye wrestling team finished up the NCAA Wrestling Championships on Saturday in St. Louis, ending the season on a high note. Zach Lohman has more.
3 Hawkeyes came away with consolation bracket wins to finish the 2017 NCAA Wrestling Championship. The first was senior Thomas Gilman, who came away with 3rd place in the 125-pound weight class.
The bigger deal for me is losing, refocusing, coming back. Not only shows the kind of wrestler I am, but the person I am, the man I've become. I was in the same position 2 years ago when we were here in St. Louis. I was that close, but I wasn't mature enough to really ice the cake there against Waters in the bronze medal match. So I'm more proud of my maturity than my wrestling today.
The next Hawkeye to win 3rd place was freshman Michael Kammerer, who wrestled in the 149-pound weight class.
I mean, it's crushing. I mean, you know, a lot of guys come in here and talk about one All-American. You know, I wanted to go out and wrestle in the finals and win the thing, you know, and I really believe that. And when that happens, you know, it shocks you, but, you know, you got to go back and wrestle. And it's like our coaches talk about, you got to move forward no matter what. If I'd have gone 0-2, I'd have had to move forward. You win, you got to move forward. So after that happens, that's all you can think about is going forward.
The last Hawkeye to pull away with a 3rd place victory was sophomore Brandon Sorensen in the 149-pound weight class.
You know, in the sport of wrestling, there's ups and downs, and in life there's ups and downs, you know, but the world doesn't stop just for you, so you got to continue to move forward. I don't know the last time we got pinned. I don't know, it's been a while. It stung deep, but you know, it's real good mentally to come back for 3rd place, you know, get the best I can get. It helps mentally moving forward, and you know, it's not where I wanted to be, but it's where I ended up, so learn from our mistakes and keep moving forward.
Reporting from the Scott Trade Center, this has been Zachary Lohman with Daily Iowan TV Sports.
With the wins of Sorensen and Kimmer, the future definitely looks bright for the Hawkeye wrestling program.
Tune in tomorrow for a preview of the start of spring football.
And a recap from the men's gymnastics meet. Nikki, back to you.
That wraps up this Monday morning broadcast. Be sure to check out our website, dailyiowan.com, for all the latest news between today and Friday. Also, don't forget to pick up the copy of the Daily Iowan for a look at even more stories. For Daily Iowan TV, I'm Nikki Crossway. Have a great day, Iowa City, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.